Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today I have another Shinkarion review for you. This is 05 Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkarion E3 Tsubasa, but then it also has a name right here of Flarewing. So I went back and I looked at the packaging for the last train I reviewed, and that didn't have a special name. So I'm wondering if there's either more than one E3 Tsubasa train, so they decided to call this one Flarewing, or maybe by the time this one came out, they decided to try to give these robots like individual names like Transformers. I'm not really sure. I don't think there's a full-on anime for this, but I think there are kind of like little animated shorts they put together for YouTube and stuff like that. So, really like the look of the robot here on the front. I think he looks pretty cool there. So as you can see, the transformation is going to be very similar to the last Shinkarion review that I did. But if you see on the back here, he does have some different weapon accessories. Obviously, different paint job. And now it shows here on the back that you can mix and match as I described before. It shows a different one. I think it can work with the one that I've already reviewed, so I'll take a look at that a little bit later on and I'll try to mix and match them if I can. But either way, let's get Flarewing out of the packaging and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here are the three parts of the train. This part forms the lower legs, this part forms the upper torso, and then this piece kind of just has the accessories inside. Very similar, pretty much exactly the same way the first one I reviewed is handled. You can connect all three of these, same as the other one. Clip that on there. And then clip this on here. And they roll very nicely. You can see the wheels underneath. This is part of the plow rail system, so we'll fit those tracks. Very nice. I'm going to take these apart so we can look at the train cars individually. So for the first one here, you have this nice sticker on the side. See if I can get that to focus. It says JR for Japan Rail East Japan. And then underneath, let's see if I can get that to focus. Railway Company. So that's a cool little picture there. I really like the color scheme. I like the dark blue with the yellow, and then you have some red accents as well. Different picture there on the side, but it says the same thing. And then this middle car also has a little picture. And those are just little stickers they come pre-applied though. So I appreciate that. No stickers on this one, but same color scheme. So that's pretty much it for the individual cars. We'll go ahead and get into the transformation. It's very similar, pretty much exactly the same, but there are a few subtle differences that I'll show you as we go. So again, you can press this little button, and that's going to make those two flip out to the side. Now, one thing that's different is these don't rotate. On the other one I looked at, you could move these forward and back. They do not move here. The other thing you can do is flip out the feet. And it also doesn't have that extra little flip down piece right there. I don't really know what that did, but this one does not have that. So there you go. There are your legs. All set. Remember to flip this piece up and kind of make sure he doesn't have a weird heel there. So putting him off to the side, and we'll move this up a smidge. Come down to this guy. This piece will come down and click, and then you'll see a button right there in the middle. Press the middle button, and he pretty much auto-transforms. He's got the same problem with this weird piece hanging off his elbow. You're going to bring this down. Bring this down for the fists and the arms, and then you're going to just slide this right onto this connector, and boom, there you go. So there is the E3 Tsubasa Flarewing. I was able to check the box of the other one that I have, and he is also an E3 Tsubasa, and he's named Ironwing. So I assume the reason that they gave them individual names is because they're a similar kind of train, and they wanted to differentiate them. They also show those two on the back as kind of a team where they switch the pieces, but you can do that with the other one as well. Anyone that's kind of this same transformation, and I'll take a look at that in a minute. But opening up the middle car, different accessories this time, so go ahead and pop these out of here, and then put this off to the side. Now, these guys do come with sticker sheets. I personally don't really like to apply stickers most of the time, just because they always end up peeling on me, and it can be a lot of work depending on the amount of stickers you get. And I don't know, it just doesn't bother me, unless in really obvious places where I feel it's glaringly missing, and that was with these stickers. I really felt like these needed to be applied, because otherwise it just kind of be boring red, and on the packaging it looks so nice with these stickers on. So I went ahead and put these on, but there's a couple other little spots, like I think in here, and maybe a little bit on the arms. There are some additional stickers, but I just leave them off personally. They peel sometimes. I've noticed with stickers from Japan, I ran into it the first time with my Osushi Sentai Shirita figures. They're very thick, very dense stickers, and you know, if they don't bond like immediately, they tend to peel a lot, and they can really be a pain in the butt. So, but you have these two. Basically, you get 4 of this piece and then 2 of this square piece. So you can do a couple different things. You can pop these on the side here if you want to get like a Wolverine looking thing going on here. And I think that looks kind of cool. Kind of like X-23 since it's only 2 claws. But I think that's kind of neat. So you can do something like that. You can take them off pretty much anywhere you have these peg holes. So you can put them on here if you want. Almost kind of like a mini cape type of situation. I think that looks kind of neat. You can take this, and I think what the directions show you to do is flip these out like a throwing star, and then you clip these 2 on. You can just plug that in on top, like that, and then you can go ahead and peg that onto the side of his hand. Or you can even, it's kind of hard to do because it kind of gets in the way, but you can have him hold it. It will also fit in his hand like that. The other thing you could do is take this off, take these 2 off, and just put them all on one. If you don't like the look of, you know, 2 sandwiched on top of each other. That's another option you can do. You can plug that into the side of his hand if you want. So I like the accessories. They definitely give you a lot of options. Now the other thing you can do is you could take these all off, get rid of these, and you could, each one has individual peg holes, so you could peg that onto the back if you wanted to do something like that and give him wings, something like that. So I mean, there's a lot of options, and I think that's really neat. I really appreciate that. You could even put one on this side and then put, you know, a star with 2 of them on this side. I mean, there's a lot of playability with these accessories, and I think that's one thing that this line does well. The accessories are a lot of fun, and they definitely give you a lot of options. So you can just kind of come up with your own, whatever configuration you think looks the best. Do something like that. So I think that's pretty neat. I really like that a lot. We'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the compatibility with the other Shinkarion robots. Alright, so I brought in the 04 Hayabusa train to show you the compatibility. It's very simple. You just kind of go ahead and disconnect them in the middle like you're going to transform them back into trains. And then you can just switch them and plug them in like this. They're the exact same connectors. So there you go. And I mean, that's kind of fun. It's kind of reminiscent of Transformers Energon, where they could kind of, you know, trade their bottom parts, or kind of like the Multiforce from Victory, or just like Duocons in general. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, it's not a whole lot of playability, but you can make some different combinations, color schemes look good together, things like that. So it does give another element to the line, little extra playability thrown in. So I like this guy a lot. He definitely has a little bit less going on than the first one I took a look at, the H5 Hayabusa. Still trying to get used to these train names. For whatever reason, these don't move front to back. Not a huge problem. It doesn't really bother me all that much. They stick to the side. They look good where they're at. He doesn't have those little panels that flip down on the side near the foot right here. But again, that didn't really do much for me either because I didn't really know what that was for. So those kind of little omissions from this guy don't really bother me. The transformation otherwise is exactly the same as the last one. He's got the same kind of problems, though, where the leg or the arms don't really lock into place. His seem to be a little bit less loose, which is good. So maybe that was just a one-off with the other figure that I have. So that's nice. He still has this weird piece here in the elbow, which is kind of a bummer. But if you really wanted to, you could remove that. So, I mean, it's going to be one of those deals where your mileage is going to vary. If you love this line and you want to collect every single different one they have, be my guest. They're nice, fun figures. But I think after a while, it's going to get to be a little repetitious because it's the exact same mold with a few subtle differences and a different paint scheme and a different robot head. So, you know, and different accessories, of course, too. I think the different accessories do lend a lot to it because I really do like both sets of accessories that the two figures come with. And they give you a lot of possibilities for different configurations, which I think is nice. Plus, you can take the weapons from each guy and you know, move them around and make different configurations with them. So you could take two weapons from this and one from the other guy and merge them together and give that to this guy. And I mean, there's just a lot of possibilities with the fact that you can mix and match a lot with this line. And I do appreciate that. So in that way, it does make sense to grab at least a couple so you can make some different combinations. Do you need to get every single one that they ever make? I don't know. Like I said, your mileage is going to vary. Only time will tell if they really decide to mix it up a little bit more. But I like this guy. I think he's fun. As I mentioned in the other review, I think the normal retail price for these is 4,000 yen, which seems like a lot to me. For $40, I would say that's a little bit too much. I got this on sale for 2,500 yen, and for that price, I think it's fair. I think it's a fun toy. You know, it's a Japanese toy that you have to import, so of course it's going to be a little bit more expensive than a Transformer you'd find on the shelf here in America. But I think they're fun. I like them. The train aspect is fun. If you're someone who loves trains, I think this is something that's right up your alley. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'd love to hear your opinions. Please like and share this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at 05 Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkarion E3 Tsubasa Flarewing. And thank you guys so much for watching.